Robin.
Oh, I'm very, very happy. We've got Joe Derosa and Marc Maron in studio. Thank God.
Yes.
Thank God.
I was going to say we'll stop bitching, but then Mark had a thing. Joey had a thing.
Everyone's got a thing.
You think everyone has a thing?
Everyone's got a thing.
Is it bitching? Isn't that what radio's about?
Just sitting here and bitching about things. It really is.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, this thing is very simple, but for some reason they have to make it so complicated that it blows up your brain. It literally blows up my brain, how dumb all this is and how easy it is to fix, but they choose not to for whatever reason.
Do you
It's
even
unbelievable.
Do you even know who's in charge here? That becomes a big problem with bureaucratic, big business operations. Like, who's the guy in charge?
We always talk about when we have an issue.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go to the guy.
There's no guy.
And be able to talk to the guy. And then you realize, oh my God, there's no guy.
No.
There's a consortium. There's this. There's mid-management people that you go, well, we'll kick it upstairs and see if we could talk to.
It's an army of people.
It's a Wizard of Oz thing.
As far as feeling like there's a guy to go to change things around here, there's no guy.
Well,
there's absolutely no guy. There's a guy that's supposedly in charge, but you go to him with all these issues, and nothing changes.
All the executives do is figure out a way to displace blame, so when the shit hits the fan, it ain't on them.
Right.
That's how they move up. That's how they move sideways. It's like, just make it so it's not my fault.
It's not my
How
shit.
can I push this over to the other guy? And then the guy that you hate, the guy that caused all the problems, he's now the head of another company because he displaced blame the best.
That's exactly what it is.
That's how this business works.
Wow.
What did that guy ever do? Nothing.
No.
Then why is he the king of everything? Because they couldn't hang any shit on him.
Yeah. It's no longer about accomplishment.
No, hell no.
It's how much shit you didn't fuck up.
Executive
And how much you
survival.
could make other people look like they fucked up.
Yeah,
That's
when,
it.
when we came here, we had a vision of really building this channel and having a solid, I don't know, group of guys that know how to do radio. Mark certainly would have been on that list. But these guys don't want to pay anyone, so now our channel, I like it to a point, but it's a lot of replays, and we were able to get a couple guys in.
Yeah.
But this should have been, instead of
Huge.
Mark having a podcast and Bill Burr having a podcast and Bob Kelly having a podcast, all those guys should have been part of this.
We could all been hanging out right over here.
Oh, yeah.
They offered
Mark.
Patrice a deal the other day.
Yeah.
Patrice laughed at him like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Are they still selling? Are they still selling the exposure angle? Hey,
boy.
it's great exposure. It took us years to catch on to that. You know what I mean? That's just great exposure. What the hell does that mean? We're not paying you, and we might get you coffee.
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
Russ Beneve, comment.
I love Russ.
He made a great point at when they did this coalition a few years back where the comics got together and tried to demand more money and stuff like that. And Russ made a great point about like all the networks that'll come to you and say, "Do this clip show. It's free."
I never.
But it's great exposure. And he goes,
Right.
the next time they say that to you, why don't you tell the fucking producer that he's not going to get paid, but the show is great exposure for him. He was like, they'd spit on
That's
it.
hilarious.
They would.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's always a pride thing too. I mean, I always I never did those clip shows.
I never did one either.
But you know what the sad side of that is? A lot of guys took off from those clip shows. I was the guy when Chelsea Handler got her show. When she first got her show, I had shot my Comedy Central Presents on the same night as her. We did back-to-back shows, 2 shows, and she got her show. And they asked me if I wanted to be on it. I'm like, nah, fuck that. That's not going anywhere.
Oh,
now it's like the biggest show in the world. Well, and those comics, the VH1 clip shows. That's bullshit.
Yeah, fuck that.
Those guys are selling out arenas.
yeah, all the comics associated with her are doing really, really
thank God
well.
for my pride. I mean, I'm a real genius.
But they came to Patrice recently, and like, all right, cool, we'd love to have him, part of this channel. The offer was so bad, Patrice did the double, like,
oh yeah,
with his fingers, made his Patrice O'Neill look, and walked away.
Jesus.
Just said,
that was it. There was no words exchanged.
No, why would there be? It was an insult.
A bit of theater.
Just a crinkled nose and
and the little.
It's so.
I think there was a hand clap in there.
You were saying before the break about how, like, the state of the, if it was this bad when you started, you wouldn't be in it, and why are you guys still sticking around, the younger guys? And it's like, it literally, remember in it's the pride that keeps you here. It's like that part at the end of Star Wars when the rebels are about to blow up the Death Star, and the guy's like, I think we should evacuate, sir. And he's like, evacuate in our moment of triumph.
Moment of triumph.
That's where we're all just standing on the Death Star. It's going to work.
They should have called Sirius the Death Star. might have sold better in the long run. We're an evil empire.
Funny.
We're kind of at the end of this, but for the young guys, man, I don't know how the fuck they're gonna, stick it out. I don't know. Just don't know how they're going to do it.
Well, I think our expectations are different. I mean, I think when you guys started, I didn't get into radio. I got into radio on a fluke, and that place. When it came into be, when Air America came to be, whatever happened there because of management happened. But I certainly got a good sense of what terrestrial radio was, and you could tell then it was dying. But there was a time, I think, when you guys started where the payday was good. If you could capture your market and hold it, you made some good money.
Real good money.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was amazing.
Those days are long gone, trust me.
Right, but when
we're doing okay. I know people have much worse lives, trust me, yes.
Yeah.
But what it used to be compared to what it is now, it's night and day.
But still, you want the audience. I mean, that's what's the tricky thing is, how do you hold on to your audience? How do you grow your audience? If it depends how you do it.
Well, we're all looking at you because the WTF podcast that you're doing is getting a lot of attention and exposure.
Yeah, well, that was a unique thing, and it was it's not so much that it was a fluke, but I came into this medium when it was just starting to take off. There were guys that were doing it before me, and there were guys that there's thousands of podcasts out there. But I just approached it not like I did radio. You have full freedom. You got full freedom here, but still you've got these problems with the infrastructure and the company and everything else. I don't have fucking anything.
Mark,
I'm just sitting there in my garage.
Right. They can't even figure out how to get interns back on our show. They can't even figure out that.
What do you
problem.
mean they can't?
We had an issue. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But everyone was punished for the issue.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're past the issue. You know when you maybe do time in jail, but you get out and then you could go move on with your life.
Rehabilitated.
But for some
They
reason,
got you as a line cook right now.
But everyone was punished, did their time, and they still can't figure out how to get interns on this show, which we desperately need. That's problem one out of many.
Well, that's like what Joe said. It's like the weird thing is that when you're guys like us, like when I hit the wall and I was broke in that fucking divorce, I didn't know what I was going to do. I couldn't get a job. And that's why I decided to do that podcast.
Yeah.
Is that, what's your plan B? I ain't got no plan B. He just mentioned line cook. That's a reasonable option.
Right.
Yeah, there's part of my brain that thinks, I did that in college. Get me a spatula. Let's go. It's like riding a bike. I can do that.
Well, you guys are also stand-ups, though. So, I mean, you got income coming in.
What are you talking about? Did you, before the podcast, I couldn't get work. Mark who?
Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, you guys knew me because I worked around here, but my manager literally, when I started that podcast, I was broke. I got nothing. My manager says, no one wants to book you. No one wants to do anything with you. And I'm like, well, what do we do? He goes, I don't know. How's my hair? That was the conversation.
Now, are you being booked now that the podcast is taking off?
It changed everything. It changed
Can
everything.
I ask you, and if you don't want to say it's fine, how many people are downloading your podcast a week?
We get overall downloads a week or in between 400 and 500,000, and that's across, we're coming up on 195 episodes, and the most recent 50 are always up. But now, things have changed a bit because the medium, anytime something happens that gets any of us exposure, it brings more people to that medium. The thing is that there are still guys my age who are like, wait, how do you get a pod? What? Yeah, I mean, how hard is it to hook your fucking iPod up to the thing and download a radio show? But a lot of people just don't know. They haven't made that jump yet.
Yeah.
Right. So now that's starting to happen. So the audience for all of them is growing.
And the other question, you making money?
Well, yeah, but you got to figure it out. I'm no business guy. I'm a moron. I can't even keep my desk organized.
Is it nice pocket money?
Oh no, it's definitely starting to turn into something.
Be a real thing.
Well, the problem is
because that's the problem a lot of people have had when they start their podcasts. Like, well, this is great, but how do we make money?
Well, I'll give you a quick lesson.
You've heard that a million fucking times.
I'll give you a quick lesson, if I could. And I'm not being. I had to learn all this. When we started, we just did the donor model. Like, hey, you like it? Help us out.
I remember that.
Yeah, kick in some money.
Sure.
And now what happened is, as the thing grew, we got real advertisers coming. So it's not you're operating like terrestrial, only you're the GM.
Do you have a staff?
Right.
No, it's just me and a friend, and we kind of work together, and we bring in. And the thing about the podcast, you can show people your numbers. You know what they are. It's not like these books. It's like these spinnable books. Like when the age group from 18 to 18 and a half, we got 400,000 listeners from 7 to 8 o'clock. That's your time, and that's bullshit. Right. Now you're like, I know exactly what we're doing. You want a piece of this? And so they're coming in.
You can show them the download.
Merch. You got that kind of stuff. It's just you got to figure out a bunch of ways. The app. Got the WTF app.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do.
As I sit here on July 25th, 2011, there's no reason to stay here.
You want to go?
There's no reason to stay here. I'm not even joking. If they fired me tomorrow, I'll start this podcast thing, and I'll be way happier. As I sit here, there's no fucking reason why I'm.
Well, let's go.
Why we should stay here.
Let's go.
Well, we're under a contract.
Oh, okay. I'll hang out.
But there's going to be some serious discussions in the coming couple weeks because I've just about had it.
Yeah.
We can't get interns. We can't get these guys
Can't
raises.
get interns.
Anthony has a better studio in his house that he's not even using yet.
It's in construction right now.
Yeah.
I just got my last lighting it. No, it's. I actually was doing it. For a while. And it's a business. I call it Live from the Compound. And it's a video also.
Yeah.
It's like I have green screen, and it looks like I'm in a giant professional facility, but I'm drunk off my ass and just rambling. I wanted it to look like a professional broadcast run by a fucking
genius
degenerate. And it's exactly what it comes off as.
And it's a visual element that we wanted for this show that they couldn't figure that out.
I did like movie. I did like a thing like movie night where I played Twister and it was on the screen, and then I'm in the corner. And we're just beating the shit out of the movie, like a Mystery Science Theater thing.
Right.
I did a live simulcast of Charlie Sheen's first podcast that he did. And you just rip it apart as they're doing it live. I could hook it up to any cable station. I could pipe in on virtual screens behind me. It's all like chroma key and everything.
Yeah, it's
fantastic. So I got lights coming in. I just had lights come in yesterday for the back, and I got my backlighting truss going in tomorrow. So I just put all the mics in over the weekend.
Does this feel like a college radio station to you at this point? I know you didn't do college radio, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like your studio at home is way better than this.
I cannot tell you how perfect this studio at my house is.
Well, do it. It sounds like you're at home.
I am.
You're building a ship to leave the planet.
I am absolutely building a lifeboat.
You do have to prepare for your future.
Absolutely.
If they kick me out tomorrow because I'm bitching too much, I'm completely fine. Trust me.
That's like just the front part of the
look at that.
lights.
I could see this in a year or two. It's just going to be you writing your manifesto and
That's
talking
it.
about.
Yeah. Hey, son of a. I got a Nazi war poster in the background.
Yeah, the Lenny Bruce years.
That's like.
This is in his house.
That's my
It's
view.
great. No, you can.
know?
It's radio. How much? You can. You
But
just need a couple of
he
good.
decided
mics.
to go all in.
Oh
Look.
my God! Look at that.
Yeah,
He's got a window where
you got an on-air light.
Yes.
That's the original on-air light from WNEW that we used to use. My brother was in there.
Who's that for?
I know. It's just kind of a cool little thing to have. But
Anthony made a window, so if people are hanging out in his house, they could look through the window at the broadcast.
I thought Anthony might be making up people.
I have not only the green screen and everything, but the green room is the whole outside. I got a bar area and everything.
Beautiful.
Oh, forget about it. I'm ready.
And before this goes by, Seth in Illinois on Instant Feedback, he just sent us a folder with a bunch of pictures and video from the beach party.
Oh,
so we don't have to.
I want to grab that
shit.
up.
Thank you, Seth.
I was
up on
at
the screen right now.
Maron's house. Remember, I was going to rent your apartment when you moved to L.A.?
Oh, you're lucky you didn't do that.
What happened?
Well, no. Eventually, Leo Allen, he took the apartment, but in the name of transparency, I did not tell him that it once had bed bugs, but apparently, but they're gone. They're gone until the next generation spawns in
they move on,
2017.
right?
No, apparently they live forever. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's all right. It was a year and a half ago, though, or something like that, and I came out, and I didn't really know Mark very well, and I just went out to look at his apartment, and we're sitting in his kitchen talking, and I was like, what are you up to? And you were like, I started this podcast, man, and, I don't know, we'll see what happens. And you had a message from David Cross on your phone, because you were just starting to reach out to your friends to do the show.
To help
and
me.
then a year and a half later, it's like the #1 pod. It's just crazy to see it
And
make that jump.
have you changed it a little bit? Because obviously we haven't seen you in a while. I mean, when you started the podcast, it was talking to other comedians and really getting into what they're all about. But I would assume at this point, you've run out of comedians, so you got to be like.
No, you'd be surprised.
But are you expanding the things you talk about?
Well, no, I do like a 10, 15-minute monologue up front, and then I usually talk to someone for an hour. I've spread out the guests a little bit, but now I did some interesting things, man. I mean, I'll take it on the road. I went up to Jonathan Winters' house in Santa Barbara, and I sat with Jonathan Winters for an hour, and it was profound, and it was one of the more amazing things I'd ever done, to sit there with this guy.
What made it amazing?
Because he's still got a lot of clarity. You know, his mood changes, and he was a little tired. But as soon as he turns on that thing, it's like time travel. It's like listening to his old records. He's going in and out of characters. He's doing whole bits. He's improvising things right in front of you, and he's just sitting there. He's kind of hobbled because he's arthritic and stuff. But it was like being in the presence of real genius, and it's rare that happens.
How old is he?
He's 85 years old.
Wow.
And then the funniest thing is like, because John, he's a real genius, that guy.
Yeah.
And he's been around forever. And I remember looking at old footage of him when I went to the Museum of Broadcasting before they had the internet, and seeing him on the Jack Parr show. And no one knew what the fuck that guy was going to do. And he's just this sweet. He's almost like a Buddha, and he lives in this big house in Santa Barbara. And he goes, "Let me show you something." And we're walking down this hallway, and he's got his cane, and he's walking very slowly. And there's all these pictures along the wall of him with movie stars of people from his life. And he points to this one picture of this boy and a dog, and he goes, "I like that dog." And then we keep walking down the hallway, and he goes, "This is where I sleep." They moved his bedroom into close to the living room because he's old and he needs it. But you walk into this room, and it's like this 4-post bed, and he's got about 60 model planes hanging from the ceiling. And he says, "Those are my planes." But just to picture that guy, this very sensitive genius of a comedian, just laying in bed looking at his planes, going, "I like this." It was beautiful. It was beautiful. So I still do mostly comics, but I take it on the road sometimes, and I do some other stuff.
So you're obviously expanding.
I had Dice came in. I haven't put it up yet. He came in, and I was you guys probably talked to him a lot.
Oh yeah,
he's a friend of the show.
Yeah,
certainly.
but I hadn't known him.
He's in tomorrow, matter of fact.
Is he?
Yeah.
Say hi to him, because I hadn't really talked to him since I was a doorman at the Comedy Store, And I remember like when I was there when he became big, and then about 6 months ago I saw him do 40 minutes, and it was like it was amazing. It was hilarious, and he's talking about going to Staples with his kids, and it was like, this is a different Dice.
Yeah.
So I had him in there, and sometimes it gets very intimidating to me because you don't want to piss him off in any way. But a lot of times, because I'll sit there and just talk one-on-one for an hour, it starts to loosen up. They start talking in a way that they don't usually talk. And he told me his kid does comedy. Mm-hmm. And first of all, I couldn't even picture him having a kid. Like, I never even assumed it. He's got
boys.
Right.
I saw his kid do comedy at the store.
Right. So I called the kid, and I had him on too.
Shit.
Just to ask him what it's like to have Dice as a dad. And he has a very well-adjusted, nice kid.
Yeah, he does.
And he's a very sweet guy. So I'm still pretty excited. Just
boys all right.
Talking to dudes.
Although they're not boys anymore, I think they're grown men at this point.
How is Dice's 19, I think.
How is Dice's kid on
maybe.
stage?
He was pretty good. He was he was kind of like a little bit of a nerdier kid. He wasn't what you were expecting, but he was new at it, so he was doing stuff that was way more like his dad. And I was like, oh, he's just doing what he thinks he's supposed to do right now. These jokes are well written, but he's going to come around into his voice soon and be like, the kid that's more, instead of being like, hey, he's going to be like, hey, my dad's that. I'm kind of a little bit of a nerd
That's
or whatever.
A pretty big shadow to,
To
girl, you
know what I mean?
kidding. Yeah.
Dice is on Entourage this year.
He's excited about it.
Anybody watch last night?
I cannot watch that show. I turned it on because actually I was watching something on HBO before that, and then I turned it on and I was like, I can't watch this.
That show makes me sick.
LA, whoa, fucking these guys are so extreme. They're partying. It's crazy. Really?
It makes me sick.
I never lived in that L.A.
Yeah, what L.A. is that?
I lived in the one-bedroom L.A. with like, where are my papers? Which box is it in? How come I can't find my notebook? That's how I came up in L.A.
They did the same show week after week. That was the problem. I like the first. I think I made 2 seasons, and what are they up to now? 8 or 9?
I couldn't. 8, I don't even know.
So I guess at least 5 seasons.
The lead character was like, I guess last season, because they kind of recapped a little, was all strung out on drugs and all fucked up and everything.
Yeah.
And then he got busted, and I guess they opened up the season with him in rehab.
Yeah.
And 3 months clean.
Yeah.
And he's like, sober is sexy. He's like, and it was like one of these. Oh, are they giving me a lesson?
Go
are they,
fuck yourself.
Are they teaching the people that he's okay now? And
what's the struggle going to be to get his trust back so he gets a movie role?
Who the fuck knows? Who gave a shit? I was watching like, oh yeah, man, here they go.
Yeah.
Wow, we got our 4-door Continental with the suicide doors, and we're gonna fucking go out and party and
I dated. I swear to God, it's a true story. I dated this girl once, and we were in bed one night. We were watching Entourage, and she told me, she's like, I met Adrian Grenier once at a party, and he tried to fuck me, right? And I go, really? Did you fuck him? He's insanely good looking. And she goes, no way. I didn't. No. He was all like, oh, I'm Adrian Grenier, so you're just supposed to fuck me. Can you believe that shit? And I'm like, really? Because you fucked me, dummy.
Hey, I'm Joe Derosa, and you're supposed to fuck me.
You fucking idiot.
It's nice. It's a nice moment to have where you realize you're just your relationship is just some sort of outpouring of her low self-esteem.
Right.
Yeah. Of course I fucked you. I hate myself. That must make you feel great. You got the right girl, Joe.
I want more stories from the podcast world. I love the Jonathan Winters one.
Oh, that was.
Anyone else surprise you or disappoint you? I don't know where you want to go with this.
Well, no, I mean it's just a little weird when it's still odd because like Conan O'Brien, I asked him to do the show on his show and he agreed to it. So like with me, because there's still part of me that doesn't believe I deserve anything or that I'm in show business. Like he comes to my house.
Were you guys friends?
No, we're not. I do
really?
a show. I never spent.
I know you've been on there a bunch.
Yeah, no.
Besides that, you don't really know each other.
I have no friends. So there's very few people I hang out with. I usually find one girl and I drain her of her life essence, and that's how I live my life.
Move on. Yeah.
It's like, oh, that one's a
Continue to
husk.
live.
I'm going to move on to the. But
Mark's like the thing in Fallen. Just jumped from body to body.
Body to body.
Like if I'm with a woman, they're excited, I'm excited. But anybody who looks at me from the outside says, "Oh, he's feeding." So
wait, there's two things now. I want to know about Conan, but now. The last time you were in the relationship, you were going out with a younger woman.
Oh yeah, and it blew up.
It's done.
Well, no, that's oh my God, dude.
It's been a while. You already were hinting like, oh fuck.
She was going to come this morning, so that's where we're at now.
Okay.
But Conan comes over. Here's what happens to me. He comes over, and I talked to him about this, a little bit on his show. Is that he comes to my house? I don't know him other than being on the show. We have an hour-long conversation. It's a great talk. He's very candid. Yeah, he's very serious. He talks about a lot of stuff. I didn't know him at all.
Right.
And then there's that moment where we leave the garage. I live in a small little house. It's 2-bedroom. It's all I can handle. I don't know how the fuck people have big houses. Yeah, because like I walk past that second bedroom every day and there's nothing in there but an empty bed and her clothes. And I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do with that room? Yeah, it makes me panicky. If I had a third bedroom, I'd kill myself because I wouldn't know what to do with it. But so he's in the garage and we walk into the living room and he's sort of lingering. Yeah, and this is Conan O'Brien. He's 6 foot tall. I only know him as Conan O'Brien, the guy who has me on his show. And he's fucking Conan O'Brien. There's this moment I have where I'm like, I gotta get him out of my house because I have no idea how to deal with this shit. Yeah. Like, what are we gonna have lunch? We can have dinner. We don't know each other. You're gonna go, and I'm gonna be, happy you did my podcast. But right now, I don't know how to continue this.
Yeah, please leave before I screw this up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm gonna fuck this up
went
somehow.
Well, just get out of here now.
You get that feeling too.
To your house?
That's good to know.
So that happens a lot. Like Paul Reiser came over, and that was kind of weird because sometimes these guys they get sent over by their publicists. If I want to get them, but they don't know who I am, and then they have that thing. It's like, what the hell is this? What are we doing here?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's some of those moments that make me feel a little uncomfortable.
What do you get out of Conan? Anything?
Yeah. I mean, I got a lot about. No breaking news other than he made a joke about having a huge cock, which is you don't expect that. And also he talked a lot about what he studied at Harvard. I was kind of curious about the whole Harvard thing because I've always wondered like, is there some secret system? Are you guys guaranteed entry into show business? What do they do to you over there? Is there rituals? Do you kill rabbits? What's happening at Harvard that makes it so special? But he talked about what he studied and shit. A lot of times I don't like. I interviewed David Tell. I've known Attell for 25 years, and I don't think I've had more than a 7-minute conversation with him. And here's if you haven't seen David Tell in like 2 years, you say, Dave, what's up? He goes, what? And then you go, and then you say, how you been? Fine. What? And that's usually the end of it. You don't press any harder. If you're lucky, he'll shit on you somehow. So, for him to sit down for an hour, that's the weird thing, is because we're comics, we assume we all know each other, which we do, and I feel a real close bond with all the dudes that are in my community. But most of us have never fucking talked for more than 15 minutes.
No, dude. Aside from your kitchen, the first time I ever sat down and really talked to you was on your podcast in front of an audience of comics.
And that's what happens.
And it was great, though, and I felt like, I learned a little bit about Mark today, and we didn't exchange,
That's the most flattering thing about the thing, is that, if I was a young comic and I had the outlet of my show, like if you were able to listen to the guys that you respect actually have a conversation for an hour, that would have blew my fucking mind.
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's like, remember when they used to have, when Comedy Central first became Comedy Central, they had Inside the Comedy
Alan
Mind.
King, Inside the Comic Mind. I'm talking to Dennis Leary, a young comic.
I guess you remember.
I was like 12, and it blew me away. I wasn't even a comic yet.
Alan King, all right. No, you're right, though. It did blow me away. Sorry.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
Inside the Comic Mind.
Yeah, I'm talking to one of the young guns. Robin Williams is here.
I do remember
How do you figure out how to make up things?
I totally remember that.
Yeah.
God damn.
That's wonderful.
This fellow I don't know that well, Martin Short. He does voices. Very interesting.
He interviewed Bob Hope once. I actually watched it at the Museum of Radio and Television. And it just made me depressed because it was right when Bob Hope was teetering on diapers.
Oh boy!
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
it was just too late. He was almost there.
Yeah.
But he kept drifting off and
It's too bad that those
looking
guys,
at his golf course and shit in the background. It just made me sad.
Thinking
man.
about all that Orange Grove money.
Yeah.
Owning the valley. Look at this. Nothing gets better. I just shit myself and I can't use this money at all. No amount of money is going to make me stop shitting myself.
You know what, though? That's a good thing to remember.
It sure is.
It really is.
I've had that moment in the locker room at the YMCA many times where you see, that's why you got to go to the Y, because guys from all ages go to the Y. And when you see a guy who's like 75 years old, just wrestling his balls into his fucking jockstrap, you got to have a moment where you're like, if I'm lucky, I'll have that. If I'm lucky to make it that far. Or you see the one guy, I saw a guy wearing a diaper because he had his prostate removed.
Oh, shit.
And he's like there, and he's talking to guys, and he's just standing there going, it's going to happen to you.
Well,
it's going to happen to you.
No shame, right? He just goes with it.
But, that's what's great about the Y. It's a community service to make you realize that you're mortal.
That's where you take
right
the
back.
podcast when you run out of comics. Go start interviewing those guys.
That would be a good podcast.
Yeah.
From the Y locker room?
Yes, that's the world I live in. I would fucking do that podcast in a second.
No, I love doing stuff like that.
Fuck yeah.
I can interview this guy. I went to a guy in my neighborhood. I live in sort of a barrio, kind of a Mexican neighborhood, and I always drove by this. All the signs, like on York where I live, are hand painted. It's like Juarez down there, and then and there's an adjacent one. There's an optometrist sign, and then someone sent me this optometrist, and I said, that optometrist, and because I went to an eyeglass place in the neighborhood, and the woman's like, yeah, that dude, he plays in a jazz combo. He's like this weird. So I'm like, I got to go now, and you walk into this optometrist's office in this Latino neighborhood. He's got jazz records everywhere, and he's this Jew from Indiana who plays in a jazz combo, and you just sit there getting your eyes examined. He's talking in that like weird bebop voice. Oh man, that guy could groove, dude. He got strung out, and his old lady didn't want to have nothing to do with him anymore. Can you see the bottom line? But I was like, I got to get that guy in the show,
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, that's fucking
Mark,
great.
Mark seems happy. I like this.
It's a new thing. You know what
It's all new.
Yeah.
You know what I stopped
What are you
doing?
doing? Maybe I can learn from you. How do you get happy?
Well, what happened was, through the arc of the podcast, I started broke, divorced, miserable. You guys knew me. And then, literally, through the arc of the podcast, I was calling comics. I don't know if they realize this, but I needed help. So, a lot of my interviews are like, I'm fucked up. What would you do? and so, somehow or another, What doesn't seem to be happening right now is I don't wake up in the morning going, what the fuck am I going to do with my life? Somehow or another, that's gone away, and that seemed to be a big problem. Yeah, I'm not beating the shit out of myself every day. Is that all right? Can I not do that?
Yeah, that's good.
I can start again. It's right there.
You got a purpose.
A little bit. I'm busy, and it's my own thing. So who am I going to get pissed off at? You know, there's no boss to get pissed off at. So if I get pissed off, it's only going to be at me.
It's on you.
Yeah. So I try not to do that too much, but it was on me before too. I never blamed the right people. But a lot of that's gone.
And you're one of those comics where, you know, you're a guy that pushes buttons, and you know, I hate using the word edgy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think, like, in that kind of forum, correct me if I'm wrong, it gives you a chance to express yourself in a much more free zone where you don't have to worry about the drunk heckling you. You don't have to worry about the stupid bitch, you know,
bachelorette party.
Yeah, with the bachelorette party.
I did a
you know
show.
what I mean?
But because of the podcast, he's getting more work.
Well,
I would
yeah,
assume.
but the weird
so he's
thing-
still dealing with that. I don't understand your point, Joe.
My point is that I think every comic needs an outlet, right? And I think especially for a comic like Mark, when you have that other thing where it's not 100% resting on the live performance, where you have this other zone or this outlet where you can get this stuff out, then you're not looking at the stand-up in the same light anymore. It's not just, I gotta fucking get my feelings about this out on stage.
All right, now I'm on the same page. Because now that I'm doing more side projects, I don't care about this place at all. No, I get what you're saying, because when that's all I had, I'm like, fuck, it would wear me out. But now that I know I have freedom on these dumb side projects where I don't have to listen to anyone or talk to anybody, I get it. I get your point.
You're doing what you want to do. And the weird thing is like with that, I realized that most of my career, like, I don't do politics on the show. I really don't. Like, I got to this point where you start to realize, I used to think I was angry about something. And then if you go a little deeper, you're like, oh shit, I'm just fucking angry. You know, where do I point that? And you know, and politics can be sort of like a template for your anger. You know, you just sort of like wear it like you're gonna shoot shit. And then I started to talk, and I realized that most people's problems are just, you know, day-to-day existential bullshit problems. Yeah, because everyone's just trying to get by, and most of their energy, you know, goes into hoping people don't think they're out of their fucking mind. So that means that most people in their minds are going, oh God, I'm an asshole. That guy's an asshole. What the fuck am I going to do? How am I going to... So I just sort of talked from that place, because it was weird. I did Bill Maher's show for the first time the other night. I did two lines of politics, and all of a sudden I'm back in this fucking firing line again. All of a sudden, like, the right way, I'm on Hannity. You know, the clip is on Hannity.
Yeah.
But Bill was taking most of the hit, but I just couldn't believe to be put into that position again.
Like
where
two words and...
it's just these morons are like,
Jesus.
Oh, someone crucify the Jew with the filthy mouth.
You think Air America hurt you for a while there?
Well, I think what it was is that, you know, I got involved with that because I was not inherently a political comic. I was just a reactionary person, which I still am. But I mean, I got involved because I was unhappy with the Bush administration, and I wanted to help try to, you know, take it down. I mean, that's why I got involved in it. But I think in the long run, if you're involved with politics in an exclusive way, of course it's going to hurt you, because anytime you go out on the road, if you're not a big star, all they know about you, if they don't know your comedy, they don't know you, but they know you're on Air America.
Lefty.
Well, you're going to divide the room.
Lefty.
That means the righties aren't coming to see it, which is a shame, because Mark is an amazing stand-up.
It's got nothing to do with that.
Amazing. And I think you did something smart, because I remember we would try to push you down some political avenues, and you're like, that's the old man. I remember you would deflect, like, no, I'm trying to move past that.
Right.
And I think in a way that was really smart on your part.
It was just me being honest with myself. If it affects me personally and I'm pissed off about it, I'll talk about it. And you know, I've certainly got my point of view, and I am more, I am a lefty, but it's not my wheelhouse to sit there. There's too many people that do it better than me, and my comedy is really about being human. It's not about politics, because I think people hide behind that, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. No, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Divides the
Especially
room.
coming from me. You know, I've been called a lot of things. Never left.
But on certain issues, you have to be to do what you're doing.
I'm complete. See, a lot of people are like, like I'm a typical fucking right-wing Republican fucking hardliner. That's bullshit.
No, you're a libertarian hardliner.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm a libertarian hardliner. No, like the gay marriage. Like I could give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care if people want to get married. That's fine. And they just showed the first couple in New York that got married.
Yeah.
And I'm not even fucking kidding. I don't know if it was 2 guys or 2 girls. I couldn't fucking tell.
You fucking
I swear to you.
Republican piece of shit.
You motherfucker.
You fucking close-minded.
They were old people. They were real old.
How old?
And they were either old men or old ladies. I swear I couldn't tell.
Doesn't matter. They're people. They're people. If they love each other, let them have it.
That's them.
Here it is. They were gals, first of all.
Gals?
One is 85 and one is 77.
That's sweet.
That's the gay community being represented in
Why
marriage.
do you need to get married at 85?
They look like twins, though.
I know they're real. Well,
because they spent their entire life not being able to publicly acknowledge or honor their. Christ, they lived in a time. If they've been together for 40 years, just the fact that they're doing that in that picture would have meant they'd been thrown out of a village.
Look how old they are.
They've been run out of the village.
These 2 eligible gals, gentlemen.
But let me ask you something.
Why isn't that dance card being punched?
Let me ask you something about libertarianism.
Yeah.
Well, basically, all you really want is you want to keep your money and you want people to stay out of your yard.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all.
You know what?
That's it.
You're absolutely right.
Everybody wants that.
And if you're going to be in my yard, I have a gun to keep you out of my yard.
Right, I'm allowed to have it.
You leave my money alone.
Right.
And I can have my own police force. I'm it.
That's pretty much it. That's
if my
what I
house
like.
catches on fire, I got a hose. I'm not paying for the fire department.
Fuck it. I'll take care of it myself.
All right.
I'm not paying for anything. I don't want anything from you.
Stay out of my yard.
I like teetering on anarchy.
Sure.
The truth, just,
legalize drugs. Just keep the drunkies out of my yard.
Right.
All right. I understand.
This is a new Marc Maron. I like it.
I love that.
I did it.
You took all your vitamins?
Oh God, dude! It's gotten to the point where I talk about it on stage. Like I can't even be critical of religious people anymore.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I take vitamins.
Vitamins,
and I believe they work. And if that isn't dogma, I don't know what the hell is. I don't know what the fuck they do. But if I don't take them for 2 days, I think something horrible is going to happen to me, and I'm a bad person.
I get a vegetable drink every day. I figure there's enough vitamins in that shit.
Because I'm getting older. I don't know what's wrong with my heel. I don't know how it happened, but now I walk with a limp occasionally. When did that happen?
For
no
just
reason.
happens.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, this we've all been mined. I'm training with this guy at a gym, and he's like, you got to get protein powder and drink it, right? And make shit. Yeah, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, you have to do it. It's one of your meals every day. I'm like, okay. And I buy the shit. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm not fucking doing this. I'm not on a space shuttle right now. I'm not making this it's literally like fucking future food, like the way they make you eat now. Powder into fucking drinks and pellets and shit like that.
How old are you?
It's ridiculous. 33.
Well, you can still do it.
Because that shit puts fat on you.
Oh, yeah, if you don't pump it out,
you have to run around like a fucking 12-year-old to make sure.
You got to make it muscle.
It doesn't turn into fat.
Which I'm not going to be doing.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying this might be bad for you.
Yeah, those guys who eat protein.
I went down the protein fucking route a couple years ago. I was like, what the fuck? It adds weight on you.
Oh, you got to work out.
Unless you're running around like a lunatic
and you put
all day
in the
long.
iron, it's to make your muscles.
I was working
big.
out a lot, but it was like I couldn't keep up with it.
Those guys that are huge, they they feed on protein powder and they shit antimatter. They just it's
careful that protein powder because then 10 years go by and whatever muscle you had will fucking start fucking falling.
But the point is, like, I don't understand. Like, they didn't have these fucking pellets and powders 30 years ago, let alone whatever.
And you had like, the in shape, out of shape guys.
Yeah,
we love talking about it
with the barrel chest and gut. But they were like, yeah.
Nothing's funnier than when a guy that's too old puts on muscle and he's hunched like this.
Or they don't work out right and they're all neck.
I see those guys in the gym.
They just like they look like a human cock.
So you got a trainer that wants you to there you go.
No. That's a perfect example.
No. So you got a trainer that wants you to do protein drinks and protein
He's telling
powder
me to do
and all
protein drinks and shit. I'm like, dude, I
and he insists on it.
He doesn't batter me. I don't know.
How about you just get on a good exercise program and try to eat a little better?
He's got me on one.
We all need.
I've been eating decently, and he's not a Nazi. He's like, you can have some bacon and eggs in the morning. It's good protein. He's not a Nazi about it, but he is big on the vitamins and all that shit, and it just makes me feel like it's like Planet of the Apes or some shit. You know what I mean?
I like when I take a piss and it looks like the inside of a glow stick.
That's a fun morning.
What the fuck happened? Yeah. The vitamins, they'll do that.
I used to do the vitamins.
It stains the front of your fucking underwear.
Those white, yellow fucking drips.
You really are an old man.
It stains the front of my
skivvies.
Skivvies with the drip.
You don't stain your underwear yet?
No. Wait a minute. Wait. What do you mean standing?
Nah, that's if you just don't shake enough.
You
know.
get a droplet or two.
So that's all right.
I think so.
Because I don't know what the hell's happening.
If you just take a quick piss and you want to get and you run back out, you're like, maybe I should have shook a little bit.
What about peeing in the night? See, now like last night I'm at the hotel with the girl and I got up to pee like 3 times, but I also had 4. No, I had 4 iced teas at dinner.
Okay, all
so
right.
I mean, when is my prostate going to fall out of my ass? What age does that happen?
I'll tell you this much: I can't drink liquids past 5, or I will get up in the middle of the night.
What's wrong with you guys?
I've been checked out.
Gotten up to piss at night.
I'm fine.
Yeah, it's like.
How the fuck do you not piss at night?
I drink. Because the alcohol dehydrates me.
Yeah, I don't pee till the next morning. In fact, I can wake up with a piss boner and still fall asleep for another 2 hours with it. Just fight through it.
I'd rather
do that.
sleep is more valuable to me.
How impressive! How impressive are piss boners, by the way?
Very exciting. You want to wake people up?
Yeah, you want to show the world. Look what this thing can still fucking do.
I wish I could
with a little urine in it.
Yeah. If this thing didn't hurt so bad, I'd try to fuck somebody with it.
It's like a math class boner. Where did that come from?
You think Gus and Elmer got married their aunt?
Gus and Elmer, were they in New York?
Or maybe one
they
of
were
those
like
guys
real
died.
old school
Our
gay
favorite gay
guys,
couple ever was Gus and Elmer.
And the only thing I could ever think of is them growing up like during the war and things and being together with they're just like, hey ladies, here's 2 eligible bachelors. and just knowing like,
the string of dates they went on that they knew were going nowhere.
That was just nowhere. They went on double dates together just so they could be with each other
on the way
During
home.
Depression, you go wait in the bread line, I'll lube up the dildos.
Yeah, what are these 2? And they're always seen together. That's right, ladies. What a catch these 2 would make. Fresh back from the war. It's Gus and Elmer. They're roommates for life. Just not knowing, or caring or wanting to say that they're gay.
Was there a whole society that just didn't want to acknowledge gay people?
Yeah.
We weren't
We're
around.
living in it.
I mean, we've seen
Yes.
changes, obviously. I'm going back to, like, our parents' generation and stuff. They had to know people walking around that were gay. What did they do? Just make believe that wasn't happening?
No, they pushed him into the priesthood.
You know what? You're right.
No, I mean, I really believe that's true. That like in a community where they're like, the O'Grady boy seems a little light. In the loafers.
Yeah.
Maybe we should push them towards the clergy. Because they were so ashamed at the possibility of one of their kids being gay that they press them further into it and make them feel horrible and ashamed. I really believe that a lot of that is true.
It's a great point, yeah.
But what if you weren't Catholic? Then what did the Jewish gay do?
What did they do? You married your mother. I mean, more Jewish mothers have created more homosexual men than I think. Because no one's good enough for them. They're perfect.
I guess back then it was just one more thing to hide. You were probably already hiding that you were Jewish from a lot of people. So
you got to pass on 2 levels.
Might as well.
You
I like cock too.
Passing straight and not. See, now I'm going to get flack for saying created. Look, you're born with it, but sometimes there are other circumstances.
But when you walk around New York,
along, mommy.
When you walk around New York, you see all the gay people. It's obvious, right? For the most part.
Yeah.
Like what happened 2 generations ago? Were guys and women just acting like
that's what I was called in the closet.
They got married.
No, dude, I just watched.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you see
horrible.
some of these guys walking around, you're like, there's no way he could have acted straight.
Dude, I just watched.
There's no way. But I mean, 2 generations ago, how did they do it?
They were beat up. They were shunned. They did everything they could to hide it. Wow. A lot of them got married.
And then we talk about this. Then you had someone like Liberace would go on the talk shows, and they would always ask him, "When are you going to settle down and get a woman?"
Are you kidding me?
Right.
Even Regis would do that.
Right.
They all played along.
What are you going to do?
They all just played along, I think?
Where's your wife already? Why don't you settle down?
What's wrong with
married?
you? Right.
We're going to have Lee on the show. And then it's like Lee is coming out, and he's all flamboyant and doing everything. It's like, the ladies love Liberace.
Right. He was on WrestleMania.
Oh, Christ.
First WrestleMania, or the second one, Liberace is on it. He's in the fucking ring, the wrestling ring with the Rockettes doing kicks.
Kick line.
And wrestling fans were like, I like that Liberace. He's a guy's guy.
But he's a man's man. Literally.
Kicking. A man's man kicking with the Rockettes.
On Netflix, I just watched Life of Riley. It was Charles Nelson Riley's one-man show.
Another one.
Now, I swear to God, I turned this thing on, think it was going to be campy, funny. fucking riveting. One of the best one-man shows I've ever seen.
Wow, really?
Laughed my balls off. It's poignant, sad, hilarious.
When was it
I loved
done?
it. Like 2006,
That's pretty
right
good.
before he died.
Yeah.
So I looked him up online. He talks about how he's gay in it, and they said on Wikipedia that fucking show was the first time he ever publicly announced that he was gay.
Well,
And that was 4 years ago.
did he have to?
Yeah, it was
really
like 3 years
announce
before
it?
he died. He finally came out and said it. It's like Paul Lynde. Like nobody ever talked about it. Like,
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah,
Come
but
on.
it's willful. The thing is like most people who watch that stuff, it's willful ignorance. You know, they kind of know,
Right.
But all of a sudden, when someone says "I suck cock," then they're like, "Oh God, that guy sucks cock." But before he was just a funny guy. Yeah, but they knew anyways. I think a lot of people have more trouble with the publicity or the being public about it. Like I think that would sort of speak to
you
what
don't want
you're
to
saying.
think the
It's like,
center square is gay. Paul Lynde, you wanted to be like,
he's funny.
I'm
He's
taking the
saying-
cocksucker for the block.
well,
You just knew he was gay.
Right, and I think that speaks to
that
what you're talking
that
about.
explains celebrity, but I was just wondering about just regular fucking Joes walking around.
Well, they hit
I'm
it.
not gay.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Oh, come on. Come on. That was cheap. Sorry. I couldn't resist.
It's a tough life. I mean, and that's the weird thing about people who say they choose it. It's like, why would they choose that?
Yeah, I don't know.
In a sense that, and I'm not meaning that in a negative way, but it's not the easy path.
No.
Who
Who wants to choose the horrible path?
I think
or what seems to be.
difficult. It's difficult.
difficult, we should say. You're right.
I
Culturally
think there are
difficult.
two types of gay people. There are ones that are born gay, and then there's a few like wannabes. It just
That's called college.
Is it college?
Yeah,
and
the confusing time.
Drunk, a little too drunk.
But where's
one
that
night.
wannabe come from, though? Maybe
I
that's
don't know.
already
it's,
in you.
It's like anybody else. There's
They have a great time.
a
Are you kidding me?
society of people that you want to be part of.
These are grown people that still enjoy dancing. I mean, why wouldn't you want to be part of that? They've got a lot of
All right, you sold me.
They got a lot of disposable income. They wear
Yes.
nice clothing. I'm
Very
generalizing, but I think these are relatively effective
Nice,
generalization.
There's a gay bar in my neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
And I pass it every time I walk to Bobby Kelly's house.
You can't even admit you probably went in there to check it out.
Opie, I want to go in so bad. They look like they're having the greatest fun. I think
Just a
Bobby even does a
blast,
bit
right?
about this on stage, but I think it's the same bar. It looks like they're I'm literally stand outside of that thing like fucking Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places in the Santa Claus suit is fucking looking in like that looks like the best.
That's funny because being straight is like wearing a Santa Claus suit to them. They're like, what is that guy wearing?
Who would walk around like that?
And Bobby does a bit on it, huh?
I think Bobby does a bit about that gay bar.
A bit.
Yeah, that means-
I'm sure Bobby's
A
doing
bit.
That means his
bit.
wife caught him in there. He's like, "No, man, I'm just getting a bit together." And now he has to do the bit for the next 10 years.
Bobby Kelly would be a great gay guy.
Oh,
he
you're the
would.
best gay guy.
He's
Yeah.
most of the way there, I think, isn't he?
He's pretty far there. You kissed Bobby.
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
How was that? How was that?
Sam had kissed Bobby.
Well, Sam has kissed many guys. Where does
Not
Bobby?
many.
How many?
Like tongue? I mean, tongue?
3. No tongue.
Oh.
Sam has kissed 3
homeless
guys.
guy.
So,
Homeless guy.
where
You
does
kissed
Bobby
a homeless
rank?
guy?
Yeah.
Just because?
Well, no, it was for a failed
Make
TV
a wish.
pilot.
Make a wish.
Was that worth it? The pilot didn't even
Failed
go?
TV pilot.
Why you-
Called Kiss the Twink kisses the gay guy.
You decided to take a shot at us right
What do
there.
you mean?
we were the failed TV pilot.
Oh, I forgot.
Did you? Comedy Central with the worst idea ever.
It was no idea. That's
Really?
why.
Which one was that?
Yeah.
We had we got involved with a no idea.
Yeah.
We do
Literally.
that every time.
What does that
though.
mean?
Every time
they
someone-
signed it for a few bucks, and
Yeah.
you know,
and they go,
the deal.
yeah, go ahead. You guys do a funny radio show. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Just
try it.
Be
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Do something.
With no money.
Well,
There's
like-
no money. Do it.
Well, what's the gist of this? Nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It was.
Did you shoot something?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, the producer.
the main guy at Comedy Central ended up getting fired. I think over us.
Oh, really?
I don't know. He left soon after.
I was there when you guys were taping.
He showed up at
horrible.
one of the tapings and wouldn't even talk to me in there. And I'm like, oh boy, it
was horrible.
He realizes
There was
holy
nothing
shit,
going
what did I
on.
get
It was
myself
stupid.
into?
Hated that.
There was literally not an
just
idea.
walking around, just going, "What is this? I don't get this."
Wasn't it like Keith Robinson had to kickbox Voss or something like that? Or
Oh,
I
right.
guess.
Yeah, I guess so. And that sounds
does that
entertaining,
mean?
actually.
I don't know. I
There were
would have liked to have
comics.
seen it.
Yeah.
Though.
We were getting comics to do kind of like Jackass / Fear Factor type
stuff.
things.
It made no sense.
And then they would
Scavenger
get points, and then you would have a winner by the end of the episode. But the winner got, I don't know, nothing really.
Yeah.
It was
So what was the
dumbest
point of
fucking
doing
thing.
it?
In America,
if there wasn't a real prize.
Games that don't pay off, they don't like it. I hosted it.
Right.
I'm so glad it didn't work out.
And
I
then
hosted
comics,
that horrible show.
And then
Which
you
one?
learn comics don't really want to do anything.
No, I knew that.
To humiliate themselves.
right.
Like, why am I going to fucking eat this?
Aren't
this
we doing?
pig snot?
Aren't we doing enough?
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Yeah,
I'm not even trashing you guys,
right.
but it's Comedy Central. They should have known.
What was
so
that
half
other
the
show?
time was trying to convince these guys to do stuff that they were never going to fucking
They
do.
didn't want to do.
I hosted it like I did. When VH1 was trying to retool itself, and they had Zach as the poster boy, Galvanakis. Remember, there was about a year there where he was on every bus with the silly hat and everything. They had, I had signed a deal. That was after my first divorce. I was broke, so I signed a deal to host this Nevermind the Buzzcocks, which was a popular British show, which is basically a pseudo game show with improvising and sort of B-list celebrities and whatnot. I had no idea. I couldn't. I don't have enough compartmentalization ability to host a fucking game show. I didn't know what the game was. I wasn't that into music in the trivia sense, certainly not modern music. But the point I was making is that it was sort of a game show, and comics would come on and like some musical people, but there was no prize.
Yeah.
And in America, if you're watching a game show, someone better win something, or it doesn't make sense,
Or not win something.
right.
Either or is fine.
I'm so glad it didn't go over. I mean, literally, no one saw it. It went away. They didn't even run all the episodes. I got out of the bankruptcy, and I was like, thank God.
Well,
Thank God.
What happened at the end of the show when the winner was
I don't
declared?
remember anything. There
got no prize? Nothing?
Well, no, there was like each side had an improv person. It was Matt Price and I forget the Brogdon something. I can't remember her first name. So they were regulars, and then you get somebody like Coolio and Bert Kreischer on one side, and then you have Sebastian Bach and another and Mo what's his name? What's the commentary?
Mo Rocca.
Mo Rocca.
Yeah.
So then you do these trivia questions and improv games, and then they declare a winner, and that'd be the end of it. But I couldn't. It was horrible.
Yeah. The loser has to listen to Coolio and Sebastian Bach perform.
I think if you look up VH1, Nevermind the Buzzcocks, there's still like a promotional page for the show.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I was emaciated. Oh my God, look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
What year is that?
Meet the host. What year was that? 2000 maybe? 2001?
Yeah.
There it is, Daphne Brogdon. That was the other one. Matt Price is a funny kid. He's on. That was sad that show got canceled. Men of a Certain Age. What a fucking
That show
great
got canceled?
I don't
The
know.
Ray Romano show?
Yeah, it was great.
It did?
Yes.
When?
Just now. It just happened in my
They
head.
just were advertising the
I just canceled it.
They were just advertising the second season.
I know they didn't renew it.
Wow, I didn't know.
It's so sad because
I never saw it.
it was such a great show. Man.
That's a bummer.
We should break here. So we got Marc Maron. What are we promoting? Obviously, What the Fuck podcast, WTF.
Yeah, I mean,
where do they go for the podcast?
They go to WTFpod.com. That's good. The most recent 50 are up there. You got your the Conan, the Fallon, the I think Jonathan Winters is definitely still up. You can get the app and get all of them if you want.
I know what I'm going to ask you about after the break. Gallagher.
Okay.
We've had some good times with Gallagher.
Yeah,
We'll get into it after the break.
He's a baby.
Yeah. There's some issues there.
Anything else you're promoting? That's it.
Yeah, no, the WTFpod.com.
Well, that's the biggie.
I'm going to Montreal this week. I'm doing 2 shows at the Bell House Live WTFs, but they're sold out, so next time.
What a great life. And Joe, what do you got, brother?
Montreal as well this week. Burr and me and Bobby Kelly are doing Cheat Live at Cafe Cleopatra. It's starting tomorrow night, 10:30.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Cool.
Those shows will do just
yeah.
fine. All right, more with these guys. Stay there.
I hear the music. It gets into you. I hear the music. Millions of watts. All of this low-level sound, well, it gets into you. And so I said, well, you know what? I hear the music. Bring back the music. All of this music. Well, you know what? I hear the music. And so I said to him, I said, bring back the music. And he said, excuse me.
Don't put fucking words in my mouth. Don't put fucking words in my fucking mouth. Don't put fucking words in my mouth. Don't put fucking words in my mouth.
And so I said to him, I said,
Wait a minute.
I hear the music.
Wait a minute.
I hear millions of watts. And so I said to him, I said, you all talk a big thing. You only talk it. You don't walk it. And he said, excuse me.
Don't put fucking words in my mouth. Don't put fucking words in my fucking mouth. Don't put fucking words in my mouth. Don't put fucking words in my mouth.
Millions of watts going up into the ionosphere. You hear it through the front of your skull. I hear millions of watts. You hear it through the front of your skull.
Robin, tell him, Fred, I invented everything.